Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have requested it, requested it, and requested it. So, of course, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. So, today I'm going to show you how is it that you will meet your spouse, circumstances of meeting spouse, and number two, how. And I may do this in two-part video, one-part video, but how Atma Karka and Dhara Karka, play a role in your marriage. Because somebody asked that. I asked what videos you guys want to see. So these were the two most prominent questions. So let's start with how is it that the spouse comes in. Now, there's three ways to looking at it. You can actually go for four ways if you want to go in more details. But there's three ways to looking at it. I'm going to show you the most commonly used, the most important ways. And the other twos also will add on. It's like you're making a goat curry. So what I'm showing you is that, okay, the very first thing you need is the goat. After that, you can use yogurt and all these other ingredients and garam masalas, but the most important thing is the goat. Okay, so that's what I'm showing you here. So if you see, this is a Aries ascendant chart. Doesn't matter, it can be any ascendant. Okay, so this is the ascendant. Okay, the very first particular box. And then we go in a counterclockwise to second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th house, 12th house. So what you want to pay attention to is where is this particular sign lord sitting. Wherever this sign lord is sitting will show you in what circumstances and ways that you're going to meet your spouse. And like I said, this is the first part, level 1. So let's say, for example, I gotta go into my arsenal here, and my daughters have taken my pens. Perfect. Does this even work? I guess it works. So, So we're gonna use 7th Lord in the 12th house, where it's the same thing. I thought it was gonna be red color, but it's not. It's literally black color in this. So 7th Lord goes into the first house. How is it that you're gonna meet this person? Well, first of all, you may not have to do anything with this particular placement. The person will walk up to you and introduce themselves to you. Number one. Like you're at a party, somebody comes up to you and say, hi, hello, blah, blah, blah. So guess what happened? They spoke to you. Even if, let's say, you're on some dating website, matrimonial website, the other person will contact you first. That's one way. And the other thing it shows, 7th Lord in the ascendant, is that you are responsible for finding the person in your life. Okay, you're responsible for finding the person in your life. Along with the other person that can introduce you to this person is your business partner. Okay, business partner. If you're, let's say, doing business, they'll actually be involved. Now, the other thing, and I guess like I said, there's 4 layers to this. The second layer would be if there's a planet in the 7th house. Okay, because we are looking at the 7th Lord. That's the star of the show. So if, let's say, your Mercury, let's say this is Aries ascendant, Mercury was sitting in the 7th house, that means also your maternal aunts and uncles and buas can get involved in you meeting this particular person. So I know I'm giving you a hint of how these layers work. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, 2nd Lord goes, or 7th Lord goes into the 2nd house. How does that meeting come about? This meeting will come about through family parties, family gatherings, family occasions. Okay. That's how you will be meeting this particular person. And the other thing that you will also see, because 7th, the Lord is going into the 2nd house. Okay. Somehow, some way, your speech and your talk will attract this person. Maybe you were giving some speech somewhere and this person heard you. You weren't at a family occasion, you weren't at a family party, but you gave some speech at some conference and this person was listening to you because they heard you, your voice. And that's how they attracted you, that's how they came. Okay. Seventh Lord goes into the third house. How will you meet your spouse? Well, simple. Social media, dating and matrimonial websites, okay, siblings, or neighbors. Okay. Nowadays, 80% of the time is going to be social media. You're going to meet your spouse in social media. You can also meet your spouse when you are doing short distance travel. Meaning you are, on your way from here to Starbucks or on your way to the mall. And in the mall, this person comes up to you, talks to you. And you're like, hey, yeah, sure. You can hit on me. And next thing you know, that flirtatiousness turns into the first date. That's how it happens. Okay. Second, God, I hope some other color is working so I don't confuse you guys. But let's just see if this works. So, bro, stay at one spot, please. Seventh Lord is now going into the fourth house. That means you will either meet this person through mother, okay, or work. You will meet this person through mother or at your work, or the first time you will see them will be when you're driving in a car. That's how you're going to meet them. Now, why is it that I say career? Why? Because seventh Lord, meaning your future spouse, is going into the fourth house, which is 10th from itself. It's their career. Which means if you meet them in a career situation, most likely you guys are working together, maybe know the company that you both work with, or like you guys in a mutual company partnership, you do sales with this company a lot, that can take place. Okay. Or for example, you can go to this person's place of business to do business, and then things get things sparks from that particular perspective. Okay, so that's how this will work. Then seventh Lord is in the fifth house. So when seventh Lord is in the fifth house, how is it that it's going to take place? Well, first of all, you will meet this person either at some child's birthday party, or in front of a movie theater, theme park, sporting event. Okay, this is where you will meet this person, and it'll be some kind of like a fun place. Now, usually also, you can meet this person in an educational place while you're learning something, and it may not have to be your high school or college or university. Maybe you're attending one of my biggest conferences ever, and both of you are interested in astrology. So you guys meet at an educational place, which is also going to be quite fun. So this is where you're going to meet this person. Sixth house. Okay. Sixth house. You will meet this person either at a gym, okay, at a doctor's office. You will meet this in your daily routine. Or again, your maternal aunts and uncles will be responsible for you to meet this person. Okay, that's how you're going to meet this person. Seventh Lord in the seventh house. Again, it is actually back to you. You're responsible for finding this person. Unless the second layer plays a part or third layer plays a part, which of course I haven't discussed yet. In that case, yeah, even if, okay, so for example, let's say you got your ninth lord Jupiter sitting here, right? So father most likely will get involved, or one of your teachers may introduce you to this person, but it is you who's going to make that decision that, okay, I'm going to be with this person or not. Okay, you're going to make that decision. 8th house. This is an interesting one. First of all, you will meet this person, okay, the 8th house person, in secrecy. There's going to be some secrecy involved in meeting this person. Also, you will find that when some controversy or conspiracy became active in your life, whether it's in your friend circle, your work, relatives, somehow you found this person with 7th lord going into the 8th house. That's one of the ways. You will also be able to meet this person in an emergency room. And this reminds me of like a Sex and the City episode where one of the people who died, and I think it was Miranda, who was supposed to date this person on a first date and died. They went to the funeral. They met somebody at this person's funeral, because 8th house is, again, death and rebirth. The other thing, 7th lord is in the 8th house. That means somehow the family of this person will get involved in introducing you to this person. Like, for example, you guys knew this family. You never really looked at it that they had a son or daughter that you may be interested in, but you heard about them. They're your father's colleagues, and they're always talking on the phone. And they're like, why don't you come to my anniversary, my 30th anniversary party, blah, blah, blah. And then the whole family goes. And that's when they see you, the beautiful, handsome son or daughter, and then they introduce you to their own child. This is how these things happen. Okay. And the other thing you will also see with Scorpio, somehow emergency becomes active as well. Like in some kind of an emergency, you will meet this person. Maybe they had a flat tire on the side of the road and you stopped and you met this person. And in that scenario, you will see, like, for example, I'll have to go to like the 3rd or 4th layer. For example, your 8th lord Mars was sitting in the 7th house in Swati Nakshatra. Okay. And at the same time, Ketu was interacting with Mars. That means, yeah, there's a very strong possibility that a tire can blow up and you can meet this person on a road, because Libra is the road as well. So you see how we're starting with that main cooking of the goat. We need the goat in order to cook something. And then you need the masalas, the water, the yogurt, the spices, the garlic, the ginger. And of course, then at the very end, you need fire. And remember, depending upon your ascendant, the sign will change, right? So don't worry about if the Scorpio is here, Sagittarius is here. So I'm giving you a basic perspective. 7th lord is the 9th house, so of course. Father. Temple, mosque, church, some religious activity, somebody's wedding. You will meet this person. And of course, if you're going on a long distance journey, okay, you'll meet this person. 7th lord is in the 10th house. Work again, right? Career. Father's side of family. Okay. 7th lord is in the 11th house. Social events. Birth of somebody's child. Okay. Birth of child. Work conferences. Okay. Work conferences, you'll meet this person. 7th lord is in the 12th house. This person, you will have to take a long journey to meet this person. Doesn't have to be foreign lands. You may have to cross a river bridge. Okay. River, a bridge. God, there's another thing. Okay, let's just stick to bridge and river. Now it's going to bother me. But why is it that I'm saying bridge or river? Because remember, 12th house is exit, right? It's our exit from this body. 11th house is like the time before you exit, and the ascendant is that rebirth or that you being born. So 12th house becomes the bridge from your exit of one life and entrance to the other. That's what happens with this. Okay, so this is the first part of how you're gonna meet this spouse. Now, let me actually discuss the second level with you guys. Okay, in the second level, what we're gonna see is, and it's very simple. It's very, very simple. Okay, you can have whatever planet. Okay, you've got moon in the 7th house. You've got Mars or Mercury, Venus, Sun, Saturn. Okay, we'll get to Rahu and Ketu. So naturally, how is it that part of your ability to meet someone is going to be impacted? Moon will show mother, travel. Okay, Mars will show best friend, brother. Mercury will show aunts, uncles, and younger sister. Venus will also show elder sister or woman. Sun will show father. Saturn will show elder brother or an old individual in your life, elderly individuals in your life. So whenever these planets are impacting the 7th house, whether it's multiple of them or a single planet, they will be somehow involved. Now, if there are multiple planets, okay, that means let's say moon is at 5 degrees, Saturn or Mars is at 10 degrees, Mercury is at 16 degrees. In this case, moon has already defeated Mars and Mercury, so moon becomes dominant. Because this is like, it's not planetary war, but moon is saying, go, leave, I'm here. The one who's standing way behind becomes a leader. That means the moon part will play a very significant role. Now, the other way, this is the third level. Actually, there's like 5 levels, I would say, not even 3, 5 levels. You want to see which lord the moon is the house of. So right now, let's say this was Aries ascendant. Okay, Aries. So you see that one, that's Aries sign. Moon will rule the 4th house with Cancer. So naturally, it does become the mother. But what about if you were, okay, I don't have, let's just draw a chart here. Okay, let's just say a person was a Gemini ascendant. Okay, you're a Gemini. And let's say, for example, you had Saturn sitting in the 7th house. Saturn is ruling the 10th and 11th house. Okay, and it's in the 9th house, which is a masculine sign. That means we're going to use the masculine sign of Saturn to determine who's going to be responsible within your marriage. So it becomes again father, but natural Saturn significance is somebody older, senior age. That's how simple it will be. If let's say Saturn was, you were a Virgo ascendant, let's change it to Virgo. Saturn will be in a sign of Pisces, which is feminine. That means somehow Saturn is going to be connecting with the 5th house. Okay, because it's in a feminine sign with Pisces, because now I've changed it to Virgo. So that means now somehow your ability to meet this person will happen at some kind of a conservative fun event. Okay, even it could be a professional social party, like a Christmas party. It could be, again, fifth house related significance that I mentioned. And just from these 2-3 layers, you're able to find out exactly how things will manifest. But see, if I keep on adding layers here, you're going to get confused. And astrology is not a confusing subject. Astrology is one of the easiest subjects to understand. One of the easiest subjects to understand. But when we look at these in layers, the brain is compartmentalizing each layer, while instead of compartmentalizing them, putting them in their own box, they kind of have to be put into one big circle. And then this is where then your intuition comes into play. Intuition is that final ingredient that puts that absolute brilliant taste in your curry. Okay, so you're gonna need that, because sometimes you will even ignore this Saturn and you will go where the 7th Lord is, let's say, placed. Okay, so let's say Jupiter was here. So this is where you will see, is Saturn really going to impact? Fine, we can see Saturn can delay things. Saturn will show more of a traditional commitment with a person. But again, the main part is the meeting will be somehow happen through this, but there will be some interjecting with Saturn or any other planet that is sitting here. Maybe you find this person through a social circles, network circles, but because Moon is sitting here, you will still take somehow suggestion, permission, advice of the mother in involving that. And when mother is happy, mother says yes, okay, great. Sometimes mother will say no. Okay, but still you will go for that particular person, because this is how the main ingredient, this is where the main ingredient is sitting. And then of course, you want to go to the 6th and 7th layer, then you have to see, is this going to be a love marriage or arranged marriage? Because lines are blurred now in arranged and love marriage. Okay, arranged marriage is becoming love marriage. Love marriage kind of ends up being arranged marriage, but 80% is now person is looking to know that, hey, I'm going to be in love with this person or not. Do I like this person or not? Before I get into any kind of a matrimonial commitment with the individual. So, and especially if it's an arranged marriage situation, okay, in that case, dynamics change a little bit, because you will meet this person some way, okay, but still the families have to get involved, right? So now you can add layers upon layers. I haven't even gone into the nakshatras. And I've made a video previously, the symbolism related to meeting that person. So you can watch that. That I made, I think, 7 years ago now. Okay, and I use that concept every single time. I'm using that particular concept in determining how this person is going to be meeting the individual in their life. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my quick analysis on how to meet the spouse and the person. Like I said, I will probably discuss the Atma Karka, Dhara Karka relationship. And that too is very simple. It's nothing complicated. It's actually very, very simple. It's just that I don't want to put much burden on my desktop, because now that I do this 3-camera system, I need to get a better graphics card like NVIDIA 5090 or something, because I had problems where my computer restarts with a blue screen. My editing software crashes because of the graphics card is having too much of this 6K, 8K, 4K coming into play. So I am going to get a new graphics card so I can make longer videos for you guys, but I'm only doing this because it just makes more sense to do it this way. Okay, and plus gives me something more additional, more creative output to work with. Okay, now anyway, if you want to know about your marriage or any other thing, you can go to kairosastrology.com, where you'll find my consultations and reports. And also I have uploaded many videos for the Samsa chart on Kairos blogs and Aquarius blank chart prediction on Vedic Astrology Academy, which is in the description. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.